Today we are doing a recap of how the crypto market has been, and we are going to take a special look at Shiba Inu's fundamental performance across its core ecosystem assets. Then we are going to review some information Shytoshi released and find out what else is cooking in the Shiba Inu kitchen. And trust me, it's been quite a buffet of news. There are updates in regards to Wellies and their NFTs, John Richmond's fashion show, and a very important vote in regards to Bone. Furthermore, news about some huge brands and SHIB signing NDAs and SHIB community brands making huge moves in the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Let's start things off with a look at the 1-year chart of the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. As you can see, the crypto market has faced probably one of the most extreme fears that we have seen since the index started tracking crypto in 2018. Over the past month alone, we averaged about 11 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and it has gone down to as low as 6, which makes it the lowest it has ever been. Now, as most of you know by now, this has been caused by multiple factors, but mainly the fear of recession and aggressive quantitative tightening, which was brought in to curb surging inflation. But it seems that it's still not done what it was intended to do. This, combined with the general population's loss of confidence in the government and certain stablecoins, Terra Luna being the biggest one, has been reflected in the charts. But here's my perspective, and ZZ from Binance says it perfectly in this quote. In midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Which in my opinion means that albeit things are down, think about when you invested at the top only to see few gains or not at all, and giving you the chance to do it again, a bit wiser by starting to purchase little by little as it's going down, and when things start picking up again, your potential is that much better. So basically, we all know that crypto is highly volatile. And it's also that during these times, two things mainly happen. Firstly, you get to see which projects are genuinely robust in terms of potential community and fundamentals. And secondly, these environments are historically where investors end up making the largest gains. And I'm pretty glad to say that Shiba Inu has been a strong contender for both these areas because, as I'll mention later, there are currently 7 projects that are in the pipeline, and the community has been very resilient and managed to keep Shiba Inu as the 13th largest crypto still through all this turmoil. Kevin O'Leary sums it best when he says he won't sell any crypto despite downturn. You just need to stomach it. He then states you have to understand you'll get volatility and that some projects aren't going to work. In another article with CoinDesk, he states that bear markets are needed to weed out the projects that are not fundamentally sound, and that ones that stay will do tremendously well. And you'll be glad to know that Shiba Inu is standing its ground and has been between the 14th and 15th place in CoinMarketCap list of cryptos after climbing 30+% a couple days ago. So you might be wondering, what is driving Shiba Inu investors' confidence at the moment? Well, let's see what ZZ says from Binance. In a tweet he states, in bull market, look at fundamentals. Also, in bear markets, look at fundamentals. Redundant, right? Well, his moral on this quote is to make sure you are researching the project you're going to invest in. Look at its roadmap, the utility it has, and the future plans beyond that. And as you make some profit, take some profit, as crypto has ups and downs, and you can then take some of those profits and reinvest in your favorite cryptos. Not financial advice, of course, just reflecting on what seasoned investors do. Shiba Inu fundamentals have been constantly growing, and take for example John Richmond. He'll be releasing the world's first crypto-inspired fashion line in a few months, which will tie in with NFTs. As you can see in this picture, the impressive coat of arms design and the fashion tags. These images were released by none other than Milkshake in her Twitter account. Wellies, another brand that is very involved with the SHIB community and branding, has released its NFTs. This is huge because we know that Wellies will be running on Shibarium, which will be burning SHIB at the same time. The NFT holders will also benefit by earning share in the net profits and also own up to 15% in the company. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as I heard that we were processing over 300 store franchises, I jumped in to get a piece of that action. So I managed to get one of these NFTs. In a short span, I have gained a little over 150% when you match that to the current floor price. Consequently, the NFTs that were not sold were burned, which makes these NFTs even more exclusive. Also, Wellies introduced a world-renowned chef into their team by the name of Flynn McGarry. He is a top chef at 15 years of age and is considered as one of the 25 most influential teens by Time magazine. a true prodigy in his field. One thing is for sure, Webul is demonstrating that they mean serious business with their involvement with the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Also coming up in a few months is the completed game by the Playside Studios, which is going to expose the Shiba Inu brand through a whole new audience. And I truly believe that this kind of exposure will bring a ton of potential investors on the next bull run. How do you know if we are going to have another bull run, you might ask? Well, history has shown us time after time this. ZZ, for example, stated that historically speaking, if you bought Bitcoin every time there is a Bitcoin dead headline, you would have done very well. Logic, when they lose hope, that's when the bottom is in. Looking at this chart by documenting Bitcoin, if you had purchased Bitcoin when headlines read, Bitcoin is done, you will notice immediately the reversal and the potential gains you would have had netted if you had just paid attention to this one simple chart. You can clearly see the bear and bull runs on this and quite clear what ZZ meant by his analysis. An article by PwC, one of the world's largest firms, stated the majority of crypto fund managers who were surveyed predicted that Bitcoin would reach 100K by the end of the year, which, as you know, drives the rest of the market. Even though I have my doubts that it will reach this by end of year, who am I to discredit this, as the professionals that do this for a living think highly of this? So I'll leave it up for interpretation. A few weeks back, Satoshi stated that he had a meeting with someone very important, but not much more was said about whom. He then went to the community to show their strength on Twitter, and not long after that, we got some news that some NDAs had been signed. Now, we still don't know who this is, but some people have speculated that it could be Red Bull, as they recently had a meeting. Anyway, this is what Satoshi had to say. Dear SHIB Army, I know that market conditions are tough, but it is amazing to see how strong our SHIB Army is. We are holding at 15th place even as the markets are down. There are things we would like to reveal, but at times aren't able to because of NDAs, etc. Lastly, Satoshi caps it off by saying, I can't wait to prove the world what I already know, which is SHIB is the most powerful token community ecosystem and brand the world has ever known. I'm a strong believer in this and can't wait to see what is coming in the next few months. Let's talk Shibarium. Shibarium is going to be Shiba Inu's principal layer 2 blockchain in which everything will run. We know that it is expected to be released probably late September, but several things need to be announced before that. One of those things is the Shibarium Hackathon for developers to be able to build projects on Shibarium. Another matter is that they must have a proof of stake reward mechanism for validators for the Shibarium network using Bone token. It is currently using DoggyDAO for the community to vote on which remaining Bone tokens will be used. Currently, there are 250 million total that will be minted. As of now in circulation, there are 225 million. Shibarium validators will require 20 million Bone tokens for rewards, so the options are to stop Bone farms when they reach 230 million and save the remaining 20 million for validators. The second option is over-minting 20 million tokens, which will increase the cap from 250 to 270 and distribute them over the future. Currently, the vote for option 1 is winning unanimously at the time of recording, which would mean that it would halt at 250 million the minting process of Bone, which will make Bone scarcer. Currently, if you look at the price of Bone, you can see that the price has been steadily increasing, which in my opinion would only go up as soon as Shibarium approaches. As for Shiba Inu, this is how I see its forecast. Shiba is setting up a unique successful ecosystem, and all this activity will have burns and additional use cases like the metaverse, the play-to-earn game, and partnerships that are very heavily focused on SHIB's ecosystem and community. Hence why I see it as one of the best projects to get into, especially for new investors that want to get exposure to all things crypto, and it's all packaged in one ecosystem. You have DeFi, you have staking, yield farming, gaming, NFTs, and a strong community. This is why exchanges have no problems promoting Shiba Inu, because they see the potential and growth of its ecosystem. Not to mention that it has a branding outside of its own ecosystem. By this I mean, the SHIB Army is not limited to what the developers bring us. We're also playing a huge role in what is Shiba Inu. For example, we have thousands of members who have businesses revolving Shiba Inu. One great example is Christina Teo, aka Shibright. A busy mom of 4 with her own personal career started a few months back brainstorming and creating children's stories, and has gone to the extent to ask her followers what else would they like for her to do. This is amazing as it allows for followers and new investors to see that the community is involved in every major step regarding development. She has also, per request of her followers, translated a story to Spanish as that community has been expressing the need for bilingual content. Her brand, Stories With Us, has gotten the attention of many organizations, TV, and even Milkshake, and of course, the Shib Army. She is currently in talks to be on Shiba TV in Spain, Univision, a Spanish network, and believe it or not, CNN in DC has inquired about her motivational stories. Therefore, I think that there is no other ecosystem that thrives not just on what developers bring in, but its holders are just as important and benefit from Shiba in any way, shape, or form. As long as you're willing to put in the effort, the community will support and help you, including the developers and/or ambassadors of the ecosystem. The Shib Army community is quite frankly one to really look up to. Well, that is going to be the end of my part, and I will let Shib Right Her finish off this video with some information she would like to share. Thank you.
We all know how strong and loud the Shib Army can be. For that reason, no Shib project should be without proper Shib Army support. So, Shib Army, let us hear you loud and clear, and go out, like, follow, subscribe, share, retweet, whatever it may be to help bring awareness to that Shib project. Many community members have developed their own project to bring awareness not only to Shib, but the crypto community as a whole. We know how important mass adoption of crypto is, especially during this bear market. With that said, we would like to begin giving shoutouts to bring awareness to any Shib project you might want to share with the community. So send us a DM on Twitter to either myself at shib-right, and that is WRITE-her, or at Ortiz6mil, ORTIZ6MIL, and we would gladly research your project and give a little blurb about it in one of our videos. Today I want to give a shout out to the Shib Superstore. This is a great Shib project. They are constantly finding new ways to burn Shib tokens. The latest is by signing up for an Audible account from Amazon. We will put the link down below, and here's a screenshot of the code for you to use. Just by signing up for a free 1-month trial, you will burn 500,000 Shib. Another one of my favorite Shib burners provided by Shib Superstore is the game Brick Busters. For each level passed, you burn 10,000 Shib. Right now, they are also having a giveaway between June 24th and July 1st for level 88. Whoever has the highest score wins 5 million Shib. So what are you waiting for? Go and download Brickbusters and start playing. I personally like to give my kids my phone and just let them at it. They can play for an hour, and with each level pass, I'm burning Shib token. That gives me a little bit of peace of mind, and I'm burning Shib tokens at the same time. It's a total win-win. The last burn for the Shib Superstore was today, June 26th, and they burned a total of 61 million Shib tokens. That's amazing. Thank you, Shib Superstore. We'd also like to give a shout out to Oliver Barsby. He writes the Shib Weekly Digest, which used to be To the Moon newsletter. The Shib Weekly Digest is a roundup of the past week's latest news, prices, rumors, and updates surrounding Shib and the greater ecosystem. Last but not least, another great way to get your Shib news is by subscribing to Shiba Inu News, which has the latest Shib Army news to keep you informed. Thanks for listening, and make sure to hit the subscribe button to show your support. Don't forget, if you want your Shib project to be mentioned in one of our videos, please make sure to send us a DM on Twitter to Shib Right Her or Ortiz6mil, or you can also leave us a comment down below.